The place I was at mentally was rough because I'd lost Santina, who I had for 21 years. Marina was just really headstrong about adopting another dog at that time, and I couldn't even fathom that thought.
I just remember, you know, when I was searching for dogs, somehow in that Google search, other stuff came up. And I remember reading something about gas chambers. And I can remember going in, opening that up and seeing imagery of these dogs and cats being piled high and into this gas chamber. And then watching a video of them attaching a hose pipe to this container and piling in the little babies. And then seeing the guys go and get a new batch by the neck and swinging them and throwing them into this container, now on top of the young dead bodies. For me, there was no option of looking away. There was no question in my mind that something had to be done.
I couldn't look at that stuff, you know. I mean, I'd look at it for a little while, and I've had enough. I get it. I don't need more imagery.
And then when he'd see me crying, he'd say, well, quit looking at it.
So we kept talking about it, and it never left my mind. A lot of these animals never had the life that Santina did.
He had this whole vision for being able to put a face to the statistic.
I said, you know, just give me the number of dogs that are killed in one day.
I knew that Mark was committed the morning that he told me about the vision and that he wanted that number.
The number that we got, which is a very conservative number, was 5,500.
That was it. That was the beginning of the project.
It's just been really difficult not having a studio space and paint next to your stove and your refrigerator. You can only work one painting at a time here.
We realized that painting 5,500 was going to, just the production itself was going to require a good enough size space to do it.
I just said to my boss, you know, this could just be a great thing. These people are going to devote their lives to this. This is a great thing, and we have the space to do it.
This will be the last of our little kitchen turned into an art space. Looking forward to a couple of weeks' time. I'll be in the Melwood Arts and Entertainment Center in Louisville, Kentucky. Who's that? Is that little Gigi? Hi, Gigi.
I always had the vision of this being a mosaic. Each individual dog, individually painted, revered for their life that was lost, but also being part of a bigger statement. Well, I definitely want the date in there. Marina and I decided we were going to do 5 significant dogs. 5 dogs that have been in the news and were really symbols for what's going on in the shelter system. Oreo was one of the first. When Oreo was killed, there was such outrage that they came up with a law called Oreo's Law. And that's all part of Oreo's story. That's the firestorm that Oreo created. This was the first of the 5 paintings that we're doing that are going to be this large. Just a regular portrait of Oreo was not going to be enough. And this is the first time I've actually introduced text in any of my work. The actual approach that you have to take this is completely different than smaller work. The 5 8-foot by 8-foot have to be built from scratch. You can't go out and buy an 8-foot by 8-foot canvas. It was very scary for me when I started looking at that big thing. Can I control something this big? Can I manipulate this canvas the way I want to so I can say what I want to say about Oreo? It's always very important to me to really feel the subject matter, because I don't think you can say anything as an artist unless you feel it. You know, I have such a passion for, you know, these animals and what's happening to them. When people look at Oreo and when people step up to this work, I want them to feel like Oreo's spirit is talking to them. I want them to feel like Oreo is with them. And I think it's really important that people walk away from that painting wanting to do the right thing. I want people to feel that Oreo did not die in vain.